really want to increase the amount of display area we've got on the van, because what I've found in the past is the more I expand on what we've got going on at the front, the more the van disappears into the background, mainly because it's just being covered up by stuff. So what I've thought I'd do is make a floating shelf that's going to go where there is nothing else, so it's going to go above the cake cabinets. I've made this bracket up. It's all about speed, you see, when you're doing catering, especially if you've got to collapse down and set back up the next day the same thing over and over again. You want something that takes seconds to install, not minutes. So I've come up with this idea. This hooks around the framework of the awning, and then it's secured by a clevis pin. Just push a clevis pin through there. There's no need to put a split pin through the back of it or anything. So basically it's one fitting, and the plan is to have a little shelf on here. Now I've misjudged this slightly, so I've actually trialed this now on the van and it does fit quite well. I've just got to bore out this hole a little bit bigger. I'm just going to drill this out. Ignore that little black line around there. I'm just going to have to bore this out to like a 9mm. So when I attach this to the van, it kind of, the weight of it offsets the hole. So if I just make that a little bit bigger, then that pin will just fall in. The idea is that the bottles sit along here. Now this is set further forward than I thought it would be, so I'm going to have to set the bottles back. I was going to do a single rail along here, so they'll just have to sit on that rail. The idea is, my plan is to screw just a piece of wood on here and then turn it into a shelf. I want something going around the back. I don't want the bottles just falling off, so I'm going to have to come up with something. I'm going to get my thinking cap on and come up with something. I really want this to disappear. Thinking about making something that covers up all the metalwork or the bulk of it, so it looks just like a nice rustic wooden sort of shelf, display shelf, just to display a few different bottles. Let's see what I can come up with. So I made this up to cover up the framework. That's going to fit over there like that. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to attach it yet. I really don't want to have screws going through the front. As you can see, that covers up that framework quite nicely. I've changed my mind again. What I've decided to do is make it, because I'm going to so much trouble. This is going to take me hours, isn't it? Not that we sell beer, but there's an empty beer bottle there. I thought, as far as I'm going to this much trouble, I may as well put a shelf up that's too deep to display, and then that way somebody just reaches up and lifts something off. There's one behind in stock. This was never meant to be a huge shelf. Really the thinking was just to have it so that people can say, oh, I'll have an elderflower, and then we'll reach under the counter and get one out for them. But having displayed these on top of the cake cabinet at the weekend, people literally just reach for it and put it on the counter, so straight away kind of diminishing the display, that's absolutely fine. But I think too deep would be good, so if they do reach up and grab one, there's one behind, so it's not going to be quite as much of an issue. So this is what I've come up with so far. I'm not entirely happy with it. I'm going to make a few changes, and I'm going to have to change the design now. So the only way I'm going to be able to attach this to this is by screwing it through, and there is no way that the weight of all those bottles, I mean, we've got, I think it's 5, so that's 10 bottles. Yes, 5, I'm sure it is. So it's 10 bottles potentially when it's full of weight, or trying to twist that shelf backwards. There's no way that's going to hold, and I sort of thought of that as I was doing it, but never mind. And this will go over the top like that. What I don't like about it is that side there doesn't sort of finish very nice. I'd like that to have been filled out. So I'm going to make a piece of wood now that fills out that bottom piece. Maybe try and get rid of these screws. Probably being a bit fussy now. I want this to look rustic, but in a kind of rustic, effortless way. Don't want there being too many screws on show if I can help it. Like it's just kind of like a magic floating wooden shelf. Let's see what I can come up with. There we go, I think that looks a bit better. Looks far more finished off, less awkward without that horrible gap under there now. I think that'll do. What I need to do next is to strengthen this support underneath. So what I'm going to do is cut some steel, weld a couple of extra supports in. One there, and what that will do is that will take this situation where you're reliant on just a few screws with the whole weight of the bottles trying to twist this around. It'll still twist. The actual steel will have a lot of force on it, but I'm sure that this is more than strong enough to hold up 10 bottles. That will do for me. Just got to tidy the woodwork up and put a little lick of paint on this frame, so that will perfectly support now that. Whether it has much of a twisting motion on the canopy frame, I don't know. I'll have to address that one when we come to it. The only thing I can think is, oh, wrong way. The only thing I can think is, because I've only got one pin through it, and that this top isn't secured, this might try and push one way or the other. It's going to try and push back, isn't it? Because it's going to pivot on this. So there'll be a pin through there securing that to the bar. Then this is going to be pushing that way, so it could push this back, but we'll have to see what happens. I think the best thing to do is just get it finished off. Worst case scenario, I think, is that I just have to drill a hole through here and pin it there as well as there. Once I've done that, there'll definitely be no movement in that top, but we'll see, won't we? Just drilled through the frame, put screws through the frame into the wood from the inside so that there's no screws visible on the outside. I've done the same for the front as well. There we go. Give it a rub down. finished. I think they agree, it looks cracking, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's perfect, yeah.
We're really pleased with that.
Engineered job.
Yes, very engineered, over-engineered. Of course, yeah, of course it is. Anyway, we're okay. A couple of people have asked lately if we're okay. Yeah, we're all right, aren't we?
We're fine.
Life is busy as usual.
Busy but good.
Absolutely flat out. So, well, might as well do a cake count while we're here.
Okay.
So what have we been baking this week, Trace?
Well, we got the classic Viennese whirls because everybody likes that and they keep asking for it.
The Viennese whirls go down really well, don't they? And they're not too bad to make, to be fair.
I was trying to touch into the bit of spring weather that we've had finally, so we've got a nice lemon and raspberry cake as well.
Lemon?
The big cake's lemon and raspberry.
Yeah, that's the one I was just cutting
And an orange and almond loaf as well I've done this week, which I did a little while ago that people really liked. So yeah, just trying to do a few different things that aren't so chocolatey now, that hopefully, well, I thought spring was coming, but it doesn't look amazing now.
I think we're going to have to stop. Got a customer.
Friday.
Yeah.
Isn't baked ribbon?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that's we'll confirm that, but I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah, this is what they said. It sounds like a relay,
Yeah.
but yeah, might be a
Welcome back. It's 24 hours later.
Next opportunity we had.
Tracy's been very busy too with other things, so take it away, Trace.
I don't know what to say. So I decided that life wasn't busy enough, and so I've decided to train as a Pilates instructor, because I've been doing Pilates for ages and I absolutely love it, and I'd like to share it with other people. So that's why I'm studying at the moment in my spare time.
What course are you doing? It's a physiotherapy based course, isn't it?
APPI, it's the Australian Physiotherapy Pilates Institute. So yeah, so anybody that lives locally in the next few months, hopefully you can come to my Pilates class.
Yeah,
you want to come?
Really cool. Yeah, just to load it on, because we haven't got enough to do as it is already.
Well, life's for being busy.
Yeah, we are really busy, but busy in a good way. Busy doing the things we want to do with our lives. Partly the reason why the uploads are fairly infrequent as well, because we just haven't really got the time for the editing. There's been a few changes at the farm shop with Hayley and Chris's Cowshed Antiques. They've moved into the big barn as well, so I'll just pan the camera around so you can see their collection of various things. They got some nice bell ringing wheels from a restoration from a church I've just walked through, noticed those. So yeah, really nice. They got some really nice bits and pieces for sale, haven't they? Which is good for all of us, because this makes this a better destination for people to come and see us. Obviously, you know, if we all do different things, then it's a bigger attraction for people to come. Yeah, so that's really good. Yeah, that was what I was going to say. Yeah, the shed, so the new Baking Bird HQ, where all the stuff's going to go for the catering business, the fridges and the freezers and the packaging and bits and pieces. It was the leftover wood from that made the shelf, and the metal I got, somebody fly tipped some scrap metal on the side of the road, just chucked it in a hedgerow, so I grabbed that and I've recycled it. So
Trevor can't resist.
I can't resist it.
Bit of metal on the side of the road.
There's something really attractive about making stuff out of junk and then turning it into something that you could potentially be using for the next 10 years, which is really nice. It's bespoke, and you just can't buy it off the shelf. So that's what I'm all about, I think. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much caught up. Yeah, nothing really to report too much, is there? Grace is doing her Pilates course. we'll let you know how that goes. You're finding it a bit hard at the moment. The first module, wasn't it? Was
First 2 modules are very heavily anatomy based, which is quite different to what I'm used to learning.
Tracy thought it was just going to be.
No, I didn't. I didn't, but it is quite intense for me anyway. But yeah,
more about the exercising
I've
side.
done the first,
I think, yeah.
I've got through the first module. I've got 5 to go. So yeah, we'll see. I think it'll be all right. And I love it, so it'll be fine. I'll learn.
She'll nail it, no problem, because she's just so into it and interested.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're interested in anything, that's the key to everything in life, isn't it?
Definitely.
You know, bit of a cliche to say these things, but it is so true.
And I want to share it with them.
Yeah,
I think it's so lovely for your body, and I think not everybody wants to go to the gym. It's too intimidating, shall we say? So yeah, maybe we can do something here at the farm shop. We'll see. Yeah, it'll be a nice environment.
Yeah. So
and
until
then you
next.
can have coffee after.
Yeah. Yes. Energy. What was it? Ceremonial cacao.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, hoping to do that. That's interesting, isn't it? I want to get more into that.
Yeah. As much as we like selling cake to people, also, you know, we want it to be.
Not everybody wants
No.
sugar, do they? So yeah,
No.
lots of lovely things we can.
It's not going to be the baking bird, is it? It's going to be the.
Oh no, I haven't done that yet.
Oh. No, well, I'll tell you about that another day.
day.
Well, I'll tell you about that. We got loads of stuff going on, but we can't tell everyone
It's
everything.
all got to
can we?
evolve
Yeah.
properly,
Yeah.
organically.
Got to keep some things under wraps, haven't we? Well, I nearly let the cat out of the bag again. Never have a surprise birthday party here.
Trevor will tell you before every time. Doesn't matter what the surprise is, Trevor lets it out.
Oh, I just see that, yeah.
Every single
Some random reason I end up seeing the person whose surprise birthday is, and I say, oh well, we'll see you next Tuesday, won't we? Now I'm like, oh, why? What's...
like a child.
I suddenly realise it's supposed to be kept under wraps. Anyway, hopefully we won't be blown inside out today.
It's not too bad.
It's we've skipped the winter. We haven't really done any videos through the winter, have we? So
no,
we've skipped
it's not been
but
so cold. It's just
no,
been so
it's not.
windy.
It's been very mild, but it's been. I mean, the wind has really sort of worn us down, hasn't it? The rain's not a problem because we've got this bit of shelter, but it has probably been the wettest, hasn't it?
It's been the windiest, for sure.
I mean, the rain we've had is unbelievable. It's permanently flooded. Just you can't see it, but there's a hedge over there. The other side of that hedge is where the river is, and all the fields are just permanently flooded, and they have been for months and months now. So we're really ready for some. Well, I think we're gonna miss spring and be straight into summer. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have a coffee.
I'm gonna have a water.
You're gonna have a water.
Some hot water.
Not a matcha.
Maybe later. Matcha, but that comes after.
That comes after. We've got to do things in an order. Yeah. Okay. Until next time, we will say
See you.
goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's it.
It's so hard to be near you. You make it hard for me to breathe. And I can't stand to see you smile, 'cause it kills me from within. Your voice is like an arrow that pierces me through the heart. And your touch is like fire that will burn my skin. I wish that I could say what I really feel, 'cause I'm in love with you. Yeah, I'm in love with you. I know I'm not supposed to be, but hard to hear you when he makes you laugh. The ring around your finger is a noose around my neck that tightens with every hour and every day that passes by. If only you